Uh, uh, we live. Jordan, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
We are live, guys. It is Tuesday, which means we are back again. Another live stream here from all of us here at the SamCart HQ. Myself, Scott Moran, co-founder here, and our Maryland office. We call it our DC office. And I feel like, Jordan, last week we had the whole marketing team here in our office.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Let's go with this for a second. Would you call this our DC office?
Yes.
Tough. It's a tough sell though, right? Because it's not quite. If anybody is here in the chat, but by the way, guys, go down below. Let us know where you are coming in from. We see Massachusetts, Mozambique, which I assume is what we call Mozambique here in the States. Is there really a C in Mozambique? That'd be kind of cool. Got a bunch of people down there, but let us know where in the chat you guys are dropping in from.
Yep.
And myself and Brian, our SamCart is Maryland born and created, essentially, right? Both of us grew up in the central Maryland area, not far from DC. I'm just a couple miles sort of north of DC. But anybody who lives in DC, it's like, are you really in DC? Like Jordan, you live just outside of DC, right? You ever get weird looks from people who live in the district and are like, no, I live in DC. You live outside.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, you never want to. You don't want to make the mistake of talking to someone who actually lives in DC and say oh, I live in the DC area. Oh, what part? Virginia?
Exactly.
But I think the point you can make with this is the DC office is the same point. What do you call the airports? Are those DC airports or are those Virginia airports or Maryland airports? You just call them DC airports. So we call them the DC HQ.
I think these are the kind of things that are important to us as people who live in the DMV and something everybody else is probably going, I don't know what they're talking about right now. So awesome. KG from Portland, what's up? Kyle's from Fiji. What time is it in Fiji right now? Fiji's got to be 20 hours ahead of us, right? Or something like that. So that's pretty awesome. Iman asked, are we on cocaine? I'm not. Jordan, are you clean?
Clean and sober, baby.
Clean and sober. Awesome. That's great.
Some mumbo sauce. That's what I need.
Mumbo sauce from Tippecanoe. I don't know what mumbo sauce is, but sounds good. I don't know.
Oh, you gotta have mumbo. That's a DC sauce. That's kind of like sweet and sour sauce.
That's right. It's that barbecue stuff. Okay. No. You're right. I do know what that is. Wow. I just outed myself. Yeah, I do totally know what that is. What up, Scott in Nashville? Scott, I got married in Nashville, actually. Lived in Nashville, got married down there before kind of moving back up this way. But awesome. Well, very cool. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for joining us and chatting. We got a bunch of people on live here today. This is awesome. So if any of you guys are watching on Facebook, we're going to do the same thing we always do, right? Go over to youtube.com/SamCart and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are watching on YouTube, then you should head over to Facebook and check out SamCart Official, right? SamCart /official is sort of our customer Facebook group. It is definitely the right spot to go in, and you guys can watch these live streams. You can head out and check out other case studies that we publish. Check out the feature walkthroughs that we put out most Mondays. Just all kinds of awesome stuff coming out there for anyone who is interested in launching and growing their own online business. So that is exactly what we're here to talk about today, right? Today we are here. So that's actually a great quote. Tippecanoe came back. He said the mumbo sauce, DC office busted. 100%. I absolutely busted myself by not talking about mumbo sauce, and Tippecanoe is calling us out for that. I appreciate that. But Jordan, you kind of you put this together. We were looking at FAQs. We're looking at the kind of questions that we have coming in and basically saying, all right, cool. What could we go do some live streams about that would answer some questions, be top of mind, right? And help people understand what SamCart does better, understand people who use SamCart, how to use it better, right? Walk us through, what are we trying to hit today?
Yeah, this kind of question always pops up at least once or twice during the live stream. And what we're about to talk about is basically right after you sign up for SamCart, this is the first step that you run into. So and you're there's some, you don't exactly know which way to go sometimes. So there might be a little bit of confusion of when you're creating your product, how do you price it? How do you select your payment method? So yeah, I think that's going to be enlightening for a lot of people to bring some clarity so that they sign up for SamCart and just boom, they're making their product, they're flying away.
Absolutely, yeah. So the biggest piece that I can offer is, because we always get these kind of questions. We always get questions about, hey, can SamCart do subscriptions? Hey, can I roll out a payment plan, right? Do you guys have pay what you want pricing, right? Or pay what you can pricing, whatever you want to call it. And the answer is whatever sort of situation that you want to provide for your customer, right? However you want to charge them, whether that's credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, any of those kind of ways, you can make that happen with SamCart. SamCart is incredibly flexible at the point of sale, right? So if you want to put some more, I always kind of talk about SamCarts kind of like your Batman utility belt, you know what I mean? If you want to put some more gadgets on that belt and give you more ways to bring more people into your world, right? More ways to easily throw out new offers into the world, easily find out new ways to increase your average customer value and make more money by offering more things for people to sell, right? This is the live stream for you. We're going to walk through exactly what SamCart can do in terms of how we bill your customers and what options you have to bill your customers using things like using their card on file, right? Using a lot of different awesome features that SamCart has. So with that, Jordan, you are the man with the slides. Let's kick into it.
All right, let's see. I think we're here. All right, payments and pricing. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Cool.
Which
fancy.
Which, it's like which method? All right, so dive into us. What is one-time payments? I think that's like the
exactly. Yeah. So we're going to cover the big four, right? These are the big four. If you go into SamCart, you go create a product. When you create a product, it's going to say, now, what do you want? How do you want to price it, right? And these are your big four options and how we use them. Okay. So I want to give all of you guys, right, a look into exactly what we do here at SamCart and what I see our top sellers doing all the time, right? Number one, first and foremost, is one-time payments. This is easily the most popular one, right? I'm going to charge you $10 right here on the spot, and that's it. I'm not going to use your card again. I'm not going to do anything like that. One-time payments, right? Obviously, it is a single transaction. Do it right now, charge your card, done. And we walk away, right? That's it. If you are delivering digital products and stuff like that, right? This is where you then get a chance, right? To make sure that if you want to deliver a digital download or something, SamCart can do that for you. If you want someone to pay for a one-time fee and then, send them to your own custom thank you page, right? You can do that. If you want to, we have people all the time who will do a one-time fee, right? And then, sorry, got a call coming in. Honey, I'll call you back. Maybe she's watching on YouTube. I don't know. But this is the kind of thing I'll see people do this a lot, right? Is they'll take a one-time fee, right? And then the thank you page, they're selling services or something, right? The thank you page is going to be like their scheduling app, right? They're going to send them to Acuity scheduling or what's the other one? I'm forgetting the big name of the other one. Calendly.
Yeah, Calendly. That's a good one.
Yeah, those kind of things, right? And what are they going to do? That one-time fee, hey, pay me $50 for a consultation call when we get on the phone and we talk about, whatever, you deliver some great value. And then you can actually use that customer's card on file to charge them and roll them into bigger services or retainers, billing agreements. We'll kind of talk about that stuff in a little bit, right? But one-time fees can be useful for servicing not just that first fee, but you can think about the other things you can continue to then sell that customer inside of SamCart and using other features, you know what I mean? So there's just a lot of different ways you can kind of roll out one-time fees. My very first product, the first course training thing that we ever sold was in the baseball world, which anybody who's been watching us long enough, I'm sure you've heard the story, right? But it was an ebook. It was a 27-page ebook that I created literally in Microsoft Word, right? On my college laptop, at the time in 2009, which I'm dating myself. It's been a while since I was in college. But created those things, added some graphics to it, gave it some design, put our logo at the bottom, right? And sold it. We sold it for $27 one time. And that became the basis, the foundation, right? For growing a business that would eventually turn into why we built SamCart, right? Really, it's great for ebooks, templates, guides, courses, music, live event tickets, software plugins, any of these kinds of things, of course, could lend themselves very, very nicely to one-time payments, right? But this is definitely like the baseline of what a billing e-commerce platform should do, right? Charge one-time payments. That's the kind of obvious one. Let's move on to number two. Number two, which, by the way, guys, any questions that you guys might have, drop them in the chat down below. I would love to, chat about, whatever. If you guys have questions about anything that we're kind of doing, please feel free to ask away. So next slide.
Next slide. Oh, and I had one question that came to mind about one-time payments was, people always ask us, can you upload the file or upload the PDF directly into SamCart, or do I redirect people? And does SamCart deliver that? Say it's an ebook, do they deliver that directly after you make that one-time payment?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to make it that simple, right? Let's say I have, that PDF. Okay. If I have this relatively small file, anything under a gigabyte, right? You can actually upload directly to SamCart, and on the thank you page or in the person's receipt will be a link for them to download that right to their computer. So you can make it that simple. Someone buys, delivers your stuff immediately, done, gone, forever. They are taken care of. You can also now use the SamCart Courses app as well, right? So the SamCart Courses app is not just for big, long video courses. We have a lot of people now who are using that to deliver downloads, right? To deliver audio files and, like graphics packs. And, we have a lot of, anyway, whatever, just a lot of different kind of like digital download type stuff, deliver it inside of the SamCart Courses app. And then the benefit there is that your customers can come back anytime and re-download. They can see everything they bought all in one place. If they come back and buy more stuff, right, is a really, really cool feature. Again, available in the SamCart Courses app, which we added to every single SamCart account now has that feature. And you guys can go in there and check that out as well.
All right, let's move on to your next slide, sir. Recurring subscriptions.
Let's go. Yeah. So recurring subscriptions, anything that bills you more than just right here, right now. Okay. So types of recurring subscriptions. Obviously, I'm going to bill you $100 a month would be a recurring subscription. I'm going to bill you $1,000 a year, recurring subscription. I'm going to open up a free trial and bill you one more time 7 days from now. That would be a recurring subscription, right? Any kind of free trial or paid trial, we'll get into payment plans is actually kind of number 3, but it is also itself a subscription, okay? So subscriptions, multiple transactions over time. Any sort of billing where you want to go back and reuse that customer's credit card or PayPal information or Apple Pay, Google Pay, you want to charge it again later. SamCart can handle that. And we are crazy flexible, right? You could literally charge people daily. You could say, I want to charge this person every 3 days or a year, or something like that, right? Monthly, weekly, quarterly, yearly. Trials, of course, are optional as well, right? You can even charge, and this is one of the really cool ones that we see, right? If anybody out there is doing services, okay, one of the very most popular ways we see, subscriptions creating is we'll say people will charge like a setup fee day one, right? So I'm going to charge you $500 as a setup fee and then $100 a month after, right? For, maintaining and performing whatever service that you might have, right? And you can do exactly that. Okay, so you can charge the customer one price right now, and then a recurring fee that's a different lower or higher price, right? Depending on what you want. And so that's what I mean when I say that SamCart is crazy flexible. There are so many different things that SamCart puts into your guys, Batman utility belt, right? That you guys can then create cool offers and create cool things and roll them out, right? Because SamCart makes it that flexible to make it happen, right? So another cool way that we see subscriptions being done, right, is people doing dollar trials. Right? It's one thing to do a free trial. Free trial is kind of cool, right? But if you can do like a dollar trial, I'm going to charge somebody $1 right now, and then after 30 days, roll them into $40 a month or something like that, right? Maybe it's for a service, maybe it's a membership, maybe it's coaching, consulting, or fitness, or whatever it might be for you guys, right? But a dollar trial is a really, really cool way to make sure that you guys are presenting your customers with something that seems really, really sweet. That's a really cool way to say, hey, listen, you know what? Don't worry about it. Try it for $1. Okay. And you get somebody into your world, you get them hooked. They're excited. They love what you offer them. And then your SamCart is going to handle every month right on time, charging that customer on file, charging that PayPal account, whatever, right? For whatever it is that you're selling, right? And you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And then secondly, another thing to note on recurring subscriptions, right, is that your account is protected by Subscription Saver. Okay. So SamCart has a feature, it's built in, that every time, if someone goes 3 months and then their credit card gets replaced or stolen or lost or something, right? Okay. SamCart is actually going to spring into action on your behalf. Instead of just saying, hey, that credit card's bad anymore, that's it. The customer's gone, right? SamCart springs into action on your behalf and is going to immediately start sending links to that customer where they can open up their cell phone, right? Or on their computer or something like that and update the card that they have on file. So then all of a sudden, right, you are going to start winning back sales and recurring subscription sales, uber valuable income. That's, that is passive recurring income. That is as good as it gets, right? And SamCart is going to protect that for you guys, right? So your recurring income does not shrink down to nothing over time because we know from SamCart's database that every charge after charge number 4, declines and lost cards, whatever, all that stuff really starts to kick in like a major way. Okay. So if you don't have Subscription Saver protecting your recurring income right now, or you're handing off huge chunks of your revenue to some recurring billing platform, you know what I mean? You should be looking at ditching that, coming to SamCart. We don't take a dime of those sales. We protect your sales with Subscription Saver, recurring income. SamCart is absolutely the best tool out there for managing and billing your clients in a recurring fashion. So really love that. So examples, right? Software, right? We charge SamCart. Anybody who uses SamCart, we use SamCart and our own recurring billing to charge your billing. Okay, proof is in the pudding right there. Memberships, courses, masterminds, coaching, consulting, client retainers, right? All of these things can be managed right there on SamCart. And actually, I want to answer one quick question, right? This is a question brought up from Coach Kathy McCarthy. So here you go. Kathy, nice to see you. This is where we have a problem. How can you set up your processor to charge for recurring payments? SamCart won't let me set up PayPal unless this transaction is enabled, and I can't do that myself. So Kathy, there's probably a little bit of a confusion here. So Jordan, bring up just me. I think I kind of need like a little real estate to explain this, right? What we're talking about here, okay, is Kathy, you have connected PayPal to SamCart, okay? If you do not have, there's a specific feature inside of PayPal that everyone needs enabled if you want to use all of SamCart's really advanced e-commerce stuff and let your customers pay PayPal, okay? For all of you guys who want to do, I don't want to like make this is actually optional. What we're describing is optional. Everybody that connects with SamCart, you should connect with Stripe or Braintree or Authorize.net, right? One of the main credit card processors. And that will give you all of SamCart's features, recurring billing, one-click upsells, order bumps, all of it, okay? We'll give absolutely every dime of that. Kathy, right? If you have connected PayPal as well, SamCart's PayPal integration is super unique, okay? SamCart unlocks PayPal. If you use PayPal with other platforms, right, you can pretty much only sell one-time charges, or you can only sell one product at a time, and you will completely forfeit any kind of extra revenue from order bumps and upsells and all this kind of stuff. You can only sell very specific types of subscriptions, right? Maybe monthly recurring subscriptions, and that's it. SamCart unlocks PayPal for you, okay? So with SamCart, and you tag PayPal, you log into PayPal, add it onto your account, and we can share the knowledge base link. Everybody go to help.samcart.com, search for PayPal. It will walk you through how to connect your PayPal account to SamCart, right? But there is a very specific thing in there, right? And it is all about, it's called reference transactions. You go to PayPal, you ask them to turn this one feature on inside of your account, and it unlocks everything that we're talking about here. Now, all of a sudden with that added, right, SamCart you can have your customers pay with PayPal and charge free trials into payment plans, right? You can charge dollar trials. You can do limited subscriptions. You can do absolutely everything that SamCart has to offer, and we are the only place that lets that happen. So if you want to unlock the potential, let your customers pay with PayPal while keeping all of the incredible e-commerce features that you don't get anywhere else, right? Then go check out that PayPal help article. Get reference transactions turned on inside of your account, and you will be able to unlock all of that stuff right now. So that's a great question. Really enjoy that one. Let's go ahead, bring back up the slides because we got two more to cover here. So guys, any questions, again, feel free, toss them down in. Kathy, thank you for that question. That was awesome. Any other questions, seriously, drop them in down below, and we will be happy to get them for all of you guys that we can.
All right, so I threw that in this use case because it was like a little bit of a, what you typically think of recurring subscriptions is like, what we do for paying for SamCart software, Netflix, Hulu. That's like the very typical one. But you can use recurring subscriptions for services, like a retainer. So if you have a long-term client, a multi-month, multi-year, multi-quarter client. I had this scenario right here. You're a social media manager. You're charging a client $5,000 a month. They agree to the terms, and you, the social media manager, can get paid automatically. So they go through a SamCart page, they click checkout now, and then boom, that starts the $5,000 monthly retainer. So they keep you on, and then when they're ready to quit, they're ready to say, hey, it's been great. They just cancel the subscription.
And SamCart manages all of that for you. So people are always wondering, like, what do I do with that credit card information? Do I need to go in every month and remember to click on a button or something like that, right? As a maybe like the co-president of the forgetful club. You know what I mean? I got to write everything down. My notes app on my phone is always filled. I always forget things. You know what I mean? I can say confidently, right, that there is absolutely nothing else you need to do, right? Your customer is going to make their decision one time, right? And SamCart is going to manage that recurring billing for you month after month, year after year, right? It's going to protect that recurring income. So when your clients, get a new credit card in the mail and their old one is bad, you know what I mean? It's going to reach out to them so that you save that recurring income. Here's a crazy number for you guys, right? SamCart's subscription saver feature, which is protecting every single recurring subscription that happens inside of SamCart, has saved SamCart customers $500 million in sales. Okay. 5 followed by what? 8 zeros after that, right? That is a ton of money, Okay. So that is the kind of thing that wherever I don't know, if somebody else is watching this, you're not using SamCart, right? Wherever it is that you're charging recurring billing, you're charging your clients, you're charging people who use your software, any sort of recurring billing that you're using. And if it's not on SamCart, you are losing out. This is the kind of thing that will pay for your SamCart account in the very, very, very first month. You know what I mean? Because you're going to pay for SamCart for the year, because these are the sorts of things that are going to happen, right? We've talked ad nauseum about all the different ways that SamCart makes it easy for you guys to bring more customers into your world. Now, don't forget about all the stuff that happens on that back end. Hey, us protecting those recurring sales for you is a massive, massive thing, and something that cannot be overlooked or overstated. I think $500 million, a huge, huge number.
All right, sweet. Let's move on to limited subscriptions. There are 2 types of subscription models in SamCart. First, we did recurring. Now let's do limited.
Bingo.
Scott, what is the difference?
A limited subscription stops after a certain number of payments. It's the only difference, right? A subscription goes on forever, however many months, however many days, however many years, whatever interval you choose. A limited subscription, right, is also called a payment plan. Right? It is 3 payments of blank, right? It is 5 payments of blank. And you decide. It could be 5 daily payments. I'm going to charge you $1 a day for 5 days, and then it's over, right? And the subscription is completed. You're off the hook. I'm off the hook. We're all set, right? But it is a set number of transactions. Again, a trial period is also optional. One of my very favorite ways I've seen this used, right? I actually saw someone who charged he was charging for what's the word I'm looking for? He was charging for a course. What was I saying? He was charging for a video course, and it wasn't very expensive. It was only maybe like $50. But he was so confident in that he literally gave it away for free. Okay, he gave it away. He added a 7-day free trial, so you could sign up for this thing, and at the end of 7 days, if you didn't love it, you cancel your subscription, and that was it, right? Or if not, it would charge you $50 one time, and that was it. And now you have access, and now you bought it. Right? But what a cool way to sort of bring an idea to life. What a cool way to take on the risk, as the owner, and reverse the risk, take the risk away from your audience and put it on your own shoulders. Such a great way to get people in. And his conversion rates were off the charts, right? Who wouldn't take him up on that offer? It's like, cool, 7 days to try this out, completely free. And he had so many people that got in there and loved what he was sharing. I can't even remember what he was selling. I wish I could remember what world he was in. Something to do with animals. It's like dog training or something.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, right? But it was something kind of in that world, right? But that's limited subscriptions. Really, really love that. So this is a really popular one for client services. Okay. Client services, you are, hey, listen, we're going to do a project together. Okay. But instead of charging you $1,000 up front, I'm going to break it up into 4 payments of $250, right? And you collect that money over time. So you get more clients in the door because the price is more palatable, right? All of that good stuff. Coaching, same kind of thing. You want to, we have a set project here. It's a set number of dollars, right? And I can either charge you in full right now, or I can break this up into smaller chunks, and whatever kind of works for that person.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say coaching could work for you're a nutritionist or you're like a personal trainer. You're not going to be working with them for years and years. Sometimes it's just like a set 6 months, 6 payments, and then, we're kind of done from there.
100%. We actually have a employee here at SamCart whose wife does like fitness coaching and training, and she uses payment plans all the time. She's, listen, I'm training you for 3 months, right? So it's going to be 3 payments of $99, and then it's over, and that's it. And we've sort of ended the engagement here. So really, really love that. Creative projects is one I'm sure, Jordan, you could speak to like crazy as a guy who has made a living behind a camera. You know what I mean? Is this the kind of thing? Have you ever done this yourself in a different way? You obviously wouldn't have used SamCart for it prior to being here, but you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, no, I mean, for bigger projects, I mean, a lot of clients, they can't. You say, hey, the video is going to be $10,000. It's hard to make that one big payment of $10,000. So you say, okay, we'll break it up into 4 payments of $2,500, and once we're done with the script, you pay me then once we're done recording, you pay me then, and then once I hand you the first cut or the edit, then you pay me again. So it's there's multiple ways to kind of spread it out. But yeah, client services, creative projects like that, design, making logos, all of that totally applies to the limited subscription.
I love that. Jordan, can you share my screen? Because I think this is a really cool time to showcase a button inside of SamCart that everyone should be trying out, and especially relevant for like what you just said with creative services, right? Let me know. Can you see my screen? Is it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got full screen.
Let me show you guys something that you can do. Any of you guys out there who are selling services, right? Or even if you're selling courses or ebooks, or it really doesn't matter what you're selling, right? A lot of our physical product sellers use this button religiously, and it's absolutely wild. So imagine you are Jordan, right? And you just closed a client for, a photo shoot or something, right? And you're saying, hey, cool, here's the photo shoot. We're all set, right? And then you're on the phone with that customer, and you could go back in there and say, hey, listen, if you'd like to do this, I've got another project for you. It's I do video editing services as well. And the client says, awesome. Like, I would love to engage you on that, right? What's your rate? And you say, listen, I'd love for this project. It's usually $1,000. Let's do it for 800, right? The client says, yes. SamCart has this button where you go in, I'd pull up the order from that customer, and using their card on file, I can click on this button called Add to Order. And over here are every single one of my SamCart products that I've ever created, okay? So I could come in here and type in, whatever, and say, all right, cool, I'm gonna add this extra product to my order. It's, for a 20% discount on a video editing service. I've made a product for it. It's got a price, whatever like that. And then when I hit charge, I will charge the customer's PayPal account or credit card on file, and I can collect that sale right there. I never have to worry about sending someone back to a different page where I hope they buy, and maybe I got to chase them down if they forget for a few days or something like that, right? It's the least favorite part of any service seller's life, is worrying about invoices and unpaid invoices and reaching out and people changing their mind, you know what I mean? But with SamCart, you are armed and you have tools that you can use people's credit card on file, and with their permission, of course. They're certainly not advocating for people to do this without someone knowing that they're about to get charged. But you can charge people for extra products, services, all that good stuff, and your business will take off when it becomes this easy to sell more stuff to your existing customers. So that Add to Order button is an absolute game changer, is a massive one. We have a lot of people who sell services that this is how they sell their services, right? The first thing they'll put in front of someone to go buy is going to be like a consultation call. It's an easy thing to say yes to. It's a one-time fee. Maybe it's even a refundable one-time fee, and then they're on the phone and they're saying, Jordan, hey, listen, man, this all sounds great. I would love to get you signed up. I got my, my video production, ongoing retainer, client service, whatever like that. It's $500 a month and I'll do 2 videos a month for you, whatever. You say, great, right? I come in here, add to order, bang, boom, bim, right? Charge them on file, all set, and the subscription has started. And all they had to say on the phone was, that sounds great, let's do it, right? So an absolutely awesome button, a very, very, very cool thing. And with that, we can jump back over the slides. But just wanted to highlight, Add to Order is the name of that button. And it is inside, again, every single SamCart account. You guys have that on file waiting for you to use.
All right, let's see. Let's do some questions real quick. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the subscriptions or payments, or or even ask personal questions like, does this apply to my business? We'll try to answer for you. Somebody
right here, actually, I'm going to jump into this. So Zia said, is there an app I need to integrate scheduling like Acuity or Calendly into SamCart, right? Service-based biz, no, absolutely not. You don't need to integrate anything specifically. What all of our service sellers do is basically they're going to collect payment, and then on that thank you page, they send them into a calendar, right? The first email someone gets, you can even put it in their receipt, right? And say, hey, listen, cool, you're bought for, you are paid up, right? Here's my calendar, go schedule. And there's, it can be that simple. That's exactly what I would tell you to do, right? Use the thank you page after someone buys. Also put it in the first email that you send them after, a link right to whatever scheduling app you love and you use and you trust, and let your customers take it from there. Works great.
Yep, I could be wrong, but I think you can also redirect people directly. Just say, right as they hit checkout now, it'll redirect them to a Calendly page.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. You can do the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Freedom Calling says, since you came out with your courses feature, I'm thinking about moving back to SamCart.
Love it.
However,
Some people
I
are.
currently have my courses on another platform. Just wondering if I'd have support selling the course.
Yeah. So the new SamCart Courses app, honestly, Jordan, go ahead, share my screen. Let's just bring this back up. And I'll show you guys, just let me know when it's up. I can't see it anymore, but
Yep.
I have it
Maximum.
up. Okay, cool. So inside of every single SamCart account, right, is this brand new Courses app. We rolled this out about 8 weeks ago or so, right? Getting a lot of awesome improvements in there. There's just, things if any of you guys have gone in there and tried it, right, definitely check back. There's a lot of cool new stuff going on in here, right? But this is the perfect place to sell your digital whatever, right? And I don't know who made this coffee and beer. That does not belong in my demo account here. But this is just a demo account for you guys. You guys can see, right? I've gone and put in a couple different courses, right? And these are all dummy courses. They don't really exist, but let's just assume that I could teach everyone how to play guitar. This is something I might create and sell on SamCart. You guys can come in here. If I open up any one of these specifically, right, you can give your course a quick description, all kinds of good stuff. Click over to units and lessons, and this is where you can start having individual lessons, right? So if I come in, let's just, I'm just going to preview one lesson kind of in particular, right? But if I preview one lesson, you can see I can add videos up here. I can add all kinds of stuff down below, audio files, downloads. You can have quizzes. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do in here, and your customers will be able to just sort of navigate through the course that you've laid out for them. Again, it's not just for courses either, right? This is where you can also do digital downloads. This is where you can do, you can live stream back here and host your masterminds and your coaching, consulting lessons, whatever you want, kind of all back in one beautiful spot. And one of my very favorite things that the SamCart Courses app does is if you come in here and click Share Course Library, okay? We give you this one URL that takes people, right, to a public-facing course library. Okay. And it's basically, here are all my courses all in one spot, right? And I'm currently logged in, so I'm kind of seeing the customer view where I have access and have bought all these things. But if not, you'd have a button here to log in and you would see exactly what you have and exactly what you don't have, right? And you can pitch your clients, on the things that they don't have. So people can go in there and say, cool, I bought 1 and 2, but I'd love to check out 3 and 4, maybe, and go buy those things. And we have some really, really cool features coming out that is going to make this area even more powerful. But the answer is right this very second, right? The SamCart Courses app is available in every single SamCart account, what you were doing here. We have so many people that sell digital content and courses and training and downloads and all kinds of stuff there. It was such a natural fit for us to roll this out. And then also the coolest part, right, is really, really soon, we will be doing a lot of cool things to bring e-commerce into this course area. Okay, so what we do best, we are an e-commerce platform for creators. That is what we do better than absolutely anyone, right? And we are going to be extending that into this area that your students are going to be diving in and checking out and doing all this awesome stuff. And we are very, very excited about what that means. So stay tuned. That's kind of a little bit under wraps. We'll have 4 details coming through in the next couple weeks here, but very, very excited to do that. But anyway, to answer the original question, 100%, right? If you are currently right now on some other course platform, you know what I mean? I'm not here to name bash or anything like that, you know what I mean? But SamCart, the course area is beautiful. It is lightweight. It does everything you want it to do in a course area, and also then allows you to unlock all of the awesome features that SamCart has for you that power businesses that get really, really big. SamCart sellers on average make 3 to 5 times more than people who sell in other platforms, right? So if you are stuck somewhere that maybe it's nice for delivering courses, right, but doesn't offer you all the other stuff we've been talking about here on this call and all the depth of e-commerce and reporting and all that stuff that helps make your business grow and makes you more money, right, then you should absolutely consider checking out SamCart to sell whatever it is that you're selling.
All right, so I set you up for this one, Scott. So we got so just kind of like the final examples for limited subscriptions, because it can, in a way, it can be used as a payment plan or payment options. So you can say, like, you can integrate a one-time payment for a course, or if you want to break up the payment into 4 payments. So like for
heck yeah,
for this example, course creator, they can do a one-time or a payment plan.
Bingo.
And this can you show me?
I was gonna say, share my screen one more time and then we'll come on back to the slides. Yep. But I'd love to show you guys this in person. So yes, this is a dummy page that I've created here, right? But imagine this for your course or your service or whatever it is that you might sell, right? But basically you can roll out multiple different payment options, is what we call this, on the same page, right? So someone can choose this is the most common way we see it, right? Pay in full, or here's a secondary button where we break up that into a payment plan, right? So pay $30 or pay 2 payments of 15, right? Now $30 and 15, that's not a huge delta. I'm not sure I would offer a payment plan on something so cheap, right? But anybody here who is selling something that's higher than $100, you absolutely need a payment plan, right? Absolutely 100%. Break that thing up into 2, 3, 4 payments, right? Careful going too much longer. I see a lot of people out there, they sell, and it's usually the people selling really expensive stuff that will break it down into like 12 payments of $100 or something. And that, my friends, is a mistake, okay? Break it up into 2, 3, or 4 payments. 5 or 6 is like probably about as high as I would ever go, right? Because we know from the SamCart database that if you start trying to think about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 payments, right, you are really, really risking losing those payments in a major way after about payment number 4. 2, declined credit cards, stolen credit cards, just people canceling just in general, you know what I mean? Those numbers really start to tap off after that 4th payment, after 4 cycles of payment. So keep that stuff in mind. But this is how easy it is, right? This is how easy it is for your customers to say, I want to pay in full, or nope, I want to take a payment option, right? Super, super cool. You can have multiple of these things on the same page, right? All on the same page. Very, very simple for your customers. And then scrolling down the page, these are called order bumps. We talk about these a lot, but always worth showing off. This is where you get to showcase other stuff that you have and let your customers choose to add it to their order by clicking on one simple little button, right? So this is called an order bump. It's just a great way to kind of tack more things into your cart, right? Increase your average cart value. One of these order bumps, okay, will increase your average order value by 31%. Okay, 31% higher sales just by having one of these order bumps, little checkbox features. And SamCarts are the highest converting, the absolute best ones out there for sure. And we are the only place that lets you have more than one. Okay, so you can just have people tack in all kinds of awesome stuff. Super, super powerful there. But let's jump back to the slide.
Okay. Oh, Scott, I got one question because I know if I get confused on this, somebody else is going to be confused on this. When you're creating a new product and you are in, you're creating a new product and you choose limited subscriptions,
yes,
and you say how many payments do you want the client to go through?
Right. What's the math? How do I figure out? Yeah, exactly. So let's take this as an example, right? I'm in SamCart right now. I'll zoom in so you guys can see everything, right? I'm going to go to products, right? Top tab, products. I'm going to click on new product over here. Okay. I'll give it, this is Scott's payment plan. And let's say I want this to be 5 payments of $100, right? How do I do that? Well, I'm going to come down to pricing and you see one-time payment, you see recurring, which is unlimited. All right. Recurring means it'll just go on forever. Limited subscription is what you want. Okay. Pick limited subscription. You give the subscription price. Okay. So in this case, I would say it's going to be $100. And then we have one box, number of charges. Okay. The little descriptor text underneath says, enter the total number of subscription charges for your product.
Total number.
I want someone to be, right, 5 payments of $100. I don't have to do any math. I don't have to think about it. Just put in the number 5 and go create it. And that's it.
Okay. That was my one question. I was like, is this a +1? Is this -1?
Yeah. People always think like, should it be 6 or should it be 4? Because there's sort of like the initial payment plus 4, like, how many subscription payments, it doesn't matter. Put in the total number of charges that you want to charge that customer and click go. And then down here, you can offer a trial period if you want. I can say, cool, I'd like it to be, hey, a 14-day free trial. Or you can switch over to a paid trial, in which case I could do something like a $1 trial, right? I could say, cool, I want to charge $1 up front, right? 14 days later, I start a monthly subscription for 5 payments of $100. It can get kind of complicated, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, right, what I want you guys to take away from this is that SamCart is flexible enough to handle whatever the heck kind of situation you want to create, because you know that if I can do XYZ, I'm going to close more customers. And that's what we're here to do, right? We are here to power your guys' business and give you some choices that are going to help you make more money.
All right, before we go to the last payment type, I got one question here that I think could go into like, you want to do like a pricing strategy question real quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hit it.
All right, so I think Susan is already kind of answering her own question in the chat, but it says how many payments for a course of $600? So you said like any course above $100 should have a payment plan.
Yeah. Here's what I would do, right? So let me just start with I would do, and then I'll tell you about what the SamCart database would tell you to do, right? If you have something at $600, I'm going to break that up into something that starts with a 1. That's just me, Okay, so let's just say, I don't know, let's go 4 payments of 150, right? I would never ever give somebody. So if the total is 600, right? The payment plan. What you'll see sometimes, you'll see some people that the payment plan ends up at a higher price. Okay, so 4 payments of 150 would mean either option is exactly $600, right? Some people will sort of try to incentivize people to take that full payment and make it 4 payments of $200, which of course would end up being $800, right? Higher price. So you're saying, oh, maybe I'll just take the one-time fee and take a slight discount, right? We never liked to do that, but that's just kind of a me thing. You know what I mean? I'm not putting that on anybody else. What I would say, okay, is I have seen people take courses that are even cheaper than 600 and break them up into 10 payments of, whatever, because they want that number to be so low, right? 10 payments of $50 and just, that would not make sense. You want something higher, right? 10 payments of $60. But like I've said, the SamCart database tells us, okay, that you on average, after 4 monthly charges of something, you see a big time, a very, you're going to keep a big number of people kind of throw those first 4 charges. And then after that 4th charge, that's really where declines and stolen cards and people canceling, that's really where that stuff starts to kick in, okay, in a major way. So if you do want to make some payment plan that's like 10 payments, just know, okay, that after 4, all that 60% of your revenue that you're planning on collecting over time, right, you are really rolling the dice. You're really saying, listen, I'm willing to collect less, and in some cases far less than $600 off of these people, right? Because it's worth more to me to jack up the payments and make it that much easier to kind of get in. That being said, right, I have seen payment plans, and I've seen this experience myself. We see it all the time on SamCart, that people who are selling something over $100, introducing a payment option, and their conversions doubling. Okay, sometimes tripling, right? Like instantaneously, you will get so many more customers to say yes, and which means in the long run, you are winning in the major way. More customers in the door means more revenue, plain and simple, right? So absolutely 100% rolling out a payment option. Awesome, cool. Susan, I'm glad you enjoyed that, right? Rolling out a payment option on something $100 or up is a no-brainer. Go into SamCart and do it right now. Go create a product, choose your payment plan, choose how long you want it to be, and add it to that page, right? And you will see your conversions take a big time a big time lift. The opposite of a dip, up. They go up in a good way.
Nice. I'm thinking like, I don't know where my mind goes. Like you could do like $1 a day for 30 payments of $1 a day for a whole month, and like
now we're talking.
Like
yep.
a 30-day
you can pay me $1,000, or I will charge you 50 cents for the next 3 years, and let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Too many payments. Stan the Human asks, what happens when? I think we already answered this, but what happens when someone misses a payment?
Yes, when someone misses a payment, SamCart has a feature called Subscription Saver, and it is your robot butler working around the clock to protect your recurring sales, okay? So basically, here's what's gonna happen. Jordan is on a subscription for something I own, okay? Jordan, you get a new credit card in the mail, right? So your old one's bad. You activate the new one, and all of a sudden, the one that you have on my subscription doesn't work anymore. But you didn't think to go update it. It's just, it's out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, SamCart is going to spring into action on my behalf. And the moment Jordan's credit card declines, it's going to send him an email, right? And Jordan, pick up your phone, because I have just sent you a message in your inbox and it's on your phone, and Jordan can open up that email, update his credit card using a secure link that is unique to him, okay? And all of a sudden, me, without lifting a finger, right, the next day, it's going to try that new credit card on file. It's going to keep Jordan running. And he's going to get right back on his normal recurring billing schedule. So like I said, Subscription Saver, since we rolled out that feature in like 2016, 2015, a long time, $500 million saved in subscription payments by Subscription Saver. Absolutely humongous, awesome numbers.
Sweet. All right. You ready for the last slide?
Hit me with it.
Oh, the last section, last payment option. The pay what you want.
Pay what you want feature. We've considered changing this name, by the way. I'm kind of curious what people think. Would you guys, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Basically, you get to set a minimum payment. So you might say, listen, as long as you pay me $5, you can pay whatever you want. So people are free to pay $5. People are free to pay $10. People would be free to pay you $100,000 if that's something they wanted to do. But pay what you want, super powerful. We have a whole video here on SamCart where we talk about replacing what you're trying to give away for free right now. And you guys out there doing free lead magnets, right? We've talked about replacing that stuff with pay what you want offers instead, because they are hugely, hugely valuable. Okay. You are collecting customers instead of just freebie seekers. You get a chance to show them order bumps and upsells and let them buy other stuff because of SamCart's awesome features, right? Which turns your freebie stuff you're trying to give away right now and successfully turns them into profit centers that are making you money. Absolutely wild numbers, right? And then the biggest thing is just growing your customer list. Okay. The more customers you have, the bigger your business can get, right? I don't care if that customer's paid you $1. That $1 customer is so much more likely to come back and spend more money with you than someone who just grabbed something for free and never heard from again. So pay what you want, name a fair price. The customer chooses the final price they want to pay. You can set a minimum, right? So if you wanted to do this on like $100 product, you can set $100 minimum and people can pay up, right? No big deal. But the minimum charge is, I think technically the minimum is actually 50 cents, but we'll just call it $1, right? The minimum is basically $1. You got to charge something, right? This is so good for ebooks, Notion templates. Any guys out there using Notion? You can create your own templates and sell them online, right? It's super popular thing. Lightroom presets. That's a really awesome one. Yeah, Jordan, talk about Notion for a second. You're really kind of deep in like the Notion world. Like just, tell everybody what you've seen do there.
I love Notion. Yeah. It's, so kind of see all these creators on Notion and they're making these templates, just kind of like you make a Notion page and you can share the link or you can make a duplicate and say like, I want to sell this. So, or you're selling the link to that template. So a lot of people, they're like, I don't really know what this is worth. It kind of took me like 5 minutes to make it. So they just kind of, what you do is just kind of name a fair price, set up a pay what you want, and say, hey, I think this is worth about $2, but if you want to pay me more, if you thought this, content calendar template was helpful, then, you can pay me $20. You can pay me $50. And launch it right there on their SamCart page. They don't have to go through any outside, other set up a PayPal or set up anything else. They just you can do it right through SamCart as a
super smooth, super easy. Really love that. 100%. We see a lot of people doing exactly this. And so yeah, really, I would say that pay what you want works best, right? When it's low price level stuff. We've seen some people kind of roll this out for like $1,000 type courses or services or events or something like that, and letting people kind of pay up and above. Sometimes it goes to, anything you pay over this goes to charity. You communicate that to your audience, right? But we really see this working like gangbusters. This is this is the Wild West. This is the kind of stuff right now that for people who are jumping on this feature and taking advantage of it right now are reaping major dividends. I have talked hugely about pay what you want in the last couple months here because it is absolutely exploding. And it's just a very cool way for you to roll things out and get new customers into your world and create opportunities where you can sell these people other stuff. So these, $3, $4, $5 orders can turn into $100 orders, right? We have a case study from a guy named Matt Seuss on our YouTube channel here where he was using pay what you want. He was selling Adobe Lightroom presets. So he's a photographer, right? So he's selling, how to use Adobe Lightroom, and I'm going to sell my presets. You upload them into Adobe and photos will look awesome and pro like mine, right? He had a minimum of $9. Okay, the average thing somebody was paying him was over $20 because he had people paying 20 and 40 and 50, whatever for these presets. So he's making money there. But then he also used SamCart's order bumps feature, okay, to offer other things that he had in addition to this presets, which he called digital dust. I love that feature, right? I love that name. He had just stuff just sitting around on his hard drive, and he uploads these, these templates, these Lightroom presets. He throws them on a SamCart page, adds some order bumps, and his average customer value was over $50. Okay, the average person coming in, so many people bought because it's like easy and cheap and pay what you want, just, has this conversion trigger, I think, in people's brains that just drew people in. And then he was on average collecting over $50 per customer because people were adding other stuff to their cart and buying. And it just became this whole new awesome profit center for his business. It's like the coolest freaking use of this feature. So anyway, I'm talking about it a lot, I'm long-winded about it, but for good reason. I cannot recommend it enough. Roll out your own pay what you want offer and watch what happens.
Yeah, and a white pay what you want can be looked at like almost like your tip jar. Like say you're not exactly sure what to charge for something, you just say, hey, tip, do you think
that same thing. I've seen this used as a tip jar. I've seen that kind of like as a phrase. Hey, listen, this thing costs $27, but you can use pay what you want below to leave me a tip. And it's like, that's Literally, that's Stan, what he said. And Stan said he was born in Baltimore, by the way. What's up, man? What's going on? Also, I wasn't born in Baltimore. Same kind of DC talk as before, right? But like, I love the Orioles. You know what I mean? Like,
You were born of Baltimore.
I was born of Baltimore. That's a great way to say that. I like how it's said. Yeah, that's great. Giancarlo asked a question. He said, do you have an affiliate program for SamCart? And I assume you're talking about Scott Moran. Brian is my brother, my less handsome, shorter brother, which we all know is true, but that's fine. Yes, 100%. If you guys, anybody out there wants to recommend SamCart, SamCart's a hell of a thing to recommend. Obviously, you guys get 40% recurring commission on any sales you bring our way. So it's hugely popular. We've a very large affiliate program. If you guys have people in your world, you have clients, you're an agency, you want to earn an affiliate commission on everybody that you bring to us, go to our homepage. You can check out Become a Partner, I think, or Affiliate Center, something like that is in the footer at the very, very bottom of our homepage. You can go check that out and start earning some recurring commission by recommending a great tool.
All right, we got to answer Lucas's question down here.
Yes.
I'm using this feature right now he's using Pay What You Want for his ebook. Nice. Since a user has to enter the price they want to pay, could that negatively impact conversion?
I have looked at the numbers on the, average numbers for all Pay What You Want kind of offers and things like that. And a Pay What You Want, like if this is the baseline for SamCart's conversion rate right now is something like 7.94% or 7.95. So it's very high, many times higher than like a big funnel or, like things like that, right? So SamCart pages on average convert very, very well. A Pay What You Want offer converts higher. Okay. So it's still a relatively small sample size. Again, like we have $2 billion in sales have gone through SamCart. And so when I bring stats to you guys, I want to have like millions of data points. You know what I mean? So Pay What You Want offers, we're still only looking at like tens of or thousands or like hundreds of thousands of data points. So like as that number keeps growing, we're going to have like definitive numbers, but 100% no, Lucas, I can confirm that a Pay What You Want offer on average is actually converting higher. It's beating SamCart's average conversion rate. So I understand that we preach a lot about keeping it very, very simple in what it takes for someone to buy your stuff. So the fewer keystrokes someone has to enter, if you get rid of shipping address or billing address, if you don't need them, shorten that process up, right? All good things. I do not think the, quick entering of 2 digits or something like that, right, is really dragging that down. Actually, the opposite is what it looks like. So awesome. Cool. And Lucas said, thanks so much. So glad to answer that one for you, so firm. All right. We're going to end on this one. Stan, you are exactly right. Brian did have a smaller strike zone, 100%. As a shorter brother, Brian 100% had a smaller strike zone. Maybe that's why he was better at baseball too, by the way. Brian was, people ask all the time, right, about the baseball thing. The baseball thing is how we first got started online, right? Well, Brian, all 5'7", 160 pounds of him, you know what I mean, was actually one hell of a baseball player. He was a college All-American. So he was a very, very good baseball player. I had the privilege of playing on the same team with him once in high school and in the summer, once or twice. And actually we shared the field again in college for a year. And that was really, really awesome. I got to watch a very, very, very good athlete kind of in his prime and take care of that kind of stuff. Got paid to play for a little bit. You know what I mean? I was an okay college baseball player. I was never going to get like paid. You know what I mean? I was much more built for kind of like, working somewhere after school, things like that. But anyway, yes, 100%. As a shorter human, Brian did have a smaller strike zone, and he made good use of that one. So awesome. Very cool. Well, Jordan, dude, thanks so much for putting this together. Jordan was a big piece of kind of orchestrating that. As you guys have more questions, please feel free, leave them in the comments down below this video. If you're watching later, leave them in the comments under the Facebook post here. We love to kind of circle back. Your guys' questions helps fuel what we're going to talk about next. And so as we kind of turn the calendars, guys, believe it or not, the next time we come back next Tuesday is going to be October 2021. I cannot believe we are nearing October already. But we are going to be transitioning and talking about diving into digital content and courses in a major way over the next month. And so we're going to talk a lot about different strategies to sell more courses, different strategies to grow your revenue from selling your current courses. We got so much content on this already here on the SamCart YouTube channel. Highly recommend. Go check out those other recommended videos. And yeah, Jordan, with that, anything else?
I don't know. Yeah, just seeing that there's last call for questions. Do you want to do the rapid fire FAQs?
Rapid fire FAQs. Womp, 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 womp. We need like some drops, man. We need to start like fitting some.
No, yeah, I gotta build those in.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We'll come back. We'll figure it out.
All right, FAQs real quick, as fast as you can, Scott.
Yes.
We've already done clarify charges. We've got that done. Can I change payment methods mid product? Can I or do I have to create a new product?
So if someone has bought your product, then the price is locked in, right? On a subscription. On a one-time fee, you can change it anytime. If you build a subscription and someone has bought it, the price is locked in to make sure nothing ever wonky happens and changes that person over time. So if you want to make something new or make a tweak, just hit duplicate in SamCart, one button, change a price, and go. You're set.
Sweet. Can I? Which method is most profitable? Limited subscriptions, recurring, one time, pay what you want, or just like?
Man, I think it depends on what you're selling. You know what I mean? I think I have seen all of them used in different ways. Obviously, recurring income and passive recurring income is so awesome, and obviously such a big piece of why we built SamCart and why SamCart sellers do so well is having these sorts of options in their back pocket. So I would say, if you're not currently doing any kind of recurring subscription, dip your toe in there. Make something that's a limited subscription, 4 payments of blank, 5 payments of blank, right? And see what happens because I think you're going to enjoy being able to grab some of that money on autopilot.
Okay, real quick. No free options. Everything has to be a minimum 50 cents, minimum $1.
Yeah, everything has a minimum charge on SamCart. Giving stuff away for free, you can do a 100% off coupon and give it to certain people, no problem. But certainly, SamCart is an e-commerce platform. We're here to manage your billing. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. And honestly, I don't recommend free products. That's not really my thing. You know what I mean? I want to build customers. I want credit cards on file. I want opportunities to then turn that into more sales. And that only happens when people are customers, even if that's just $1.
All right. We kind of talked about free trials, paid trials a little bit. You can be super detailed, creative with that. You can, and the next question, does SamCart take a fee for the payment?
No, we don't take a dime. And that's a really big thing. Any of you guys out there using other platforms for subscription billing, it's very likely that you are giving away whole percentage points of your income, right? To just help people manage subscriptions. I don't know why they do this kind of thing, but there are tools out there where you're handing away as many as 5% of every dollar you bring in, right? And SamCart takes 0%. Okay, so no matter how big your business is, we do not charge a dime extra on top of the very normal credit card process. Everybody pays some amount of fees. If you go to PayPal, you go to Stripe, you go to Braintree, anywhere you do online, everybody's taking something like 2.9%. What I mean to say is those businesses that I talked about before are tacking on another 5% on top of that. So you're losing 8% of your business like off the bat. SamCart takes that 5 down to 0. So all you have are the very normal credit card fees or payment processing fees that all of us pay, including SamCart, including us. But that's just sort of internet standard.
Right on. We are not the middleman for you.
No, we are not.
And then finally, what about subscription cancellations? I kind of wrote this as like, if the customer wants to cancel the subscription, but we talked about subscription saver. Is it easy for the customer to cancel a subscription, or do they have to go digging through someplace?
Right. Yeah, so SamCart has a built-in feature called self-cancellation. So you guys can have a choice where someone can sort of open up their receipt and, if you want to put it in their hands and get it off your hands, they can click a button and confirm some stuff and cancel their subscription, no big deal. If you would prefer that customers have to reach out, it's very, very simple for you to go into your account, look up a customer, cancel a subscription, throw their billing date out. Maybe you want to give somebody a few free months. Maybe you want to do a partial refund. All of that stuff is managed very, very, very simply right inside of SamCart.
Right on. That's it. We did it.
Let's go. Womp, 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 womp. This would be another great place for one of those drops. We will work on the drops, everyone. I promise the drops are coming.
That's it, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to
subscribe. Thank you guys so much.
To SamCart here on YouTube. And
we'll catch you up.
That's all I got. Later.